Hello, I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome. And it's Christmas season once again! So, I wanted to figure out how to up the ante with last year's Christmas special, so I figured, why not take a crack at 12 Christmas reviews this year? So, I have all 12 of them here, and we shall unwrap them one by one for the next 12 days. That being said, let's kick some stuff off with some turtle action. We get an opening narrated by Mikey about Santa Turtle saving Christmas from toy thieves. We then jump to the past where Mikey gets hit with a snowball while enjoying the snow. He then borrows a kid's sled. And now you owe him a new sled, Mikey. Mikey finds a kitten and cuddles with it, warming it up while the rest of our heroes start setting up the tree, wondering where he is, which happens to be the toy store, but of course the store is being robbed by the purple dragons. Raph then shows his tree trimming skills.
What's with the butterfly swords?
Just trim the tree. Man, I'm good. I should have been a barber. Little off the top.
Oh God, please don't, Raph. Mikey leaps into action to take the goons down, but they jump in the truck to get away, Mikey grappling on for the ride. The goons then do everything they can to get him taken down, but with no luck. So they call for backup. Mikey eventually hijacks the truck, but almost runs into more dragons.
He ain't gonna stop! He ain't gonna stop!
Guess what? He didn't stop. All of the turtles' friends show up to join the festivities as Mikey continues being chased. Casey then uses mistletoe to try to swoon a kiss from April, only to get shut down. Has more friends, including Usagi Jojimbo, join the party. The police then begin chasing Mikey, and he does something unexpected.
Sorry about that!
It's now arm wrestling time as Sentry beats Casey twice and purposely loses to April. Mikey finally gives the cops the slip and makes it back to the sewer and gives the group a speech on what the holidays mean. And we see them all in Christmas costumes handing out gifts to the kids, and we end with a message from Mikey.
Happy holidays, everybody!
So there you go, Christmas Aliens from 2003's Ninja Turtles. So, enough with the turtles. It's time to open the first gift, even though it says number 2. And we will figure out what we're going to be doing tomorrow. It's Power Rangers. Now, before we get into this, on the back of this DVD set has Friends Forever, which I've already covered in last year's video, which you could look at her, as well as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I'm Dreaming of a White Ranger. But I've already recorded both of those in that video. So, tomorrow we shall be looking at the third Christmas special I have yet to look at, and that's Power Rangers Zeo, A Season to Remember. So join me tomorrow. I'm the Superhero Critic, and Merry Holidays. Hello, I'm your Superhero Critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome, and welcome to Day 2 of my 12 days of Super Christmas. Today we are looking at not these, but Power Rangers Zeo, A Season to Remember. So without further ado, let's begin. Our special starts with an old man talking to his grandson about the best Christmas ever as we jump to the Rangers celebrating together, while King Mondo hates the holidays, of course, and vows to stop it. Bulk and Skull get a visit from Stone about missing fruitcakes, and Alpha gets a gift from Zordon.
How did you know? I love them. Thank you, thank you.
What reason does a fucking robot have for slippers? They do look comfy, though. As our heroes learn of each other's holidays, Sprocket shoots them with a ray that makes them act like people you'd find on the internet arguing over whose way is the right way.
Very interesting. But what's really important here is the Christmas tree. So why don't you go out there and chop one down and bring it back to me?
You want me to go get you, you silly little Christmas tree?
Hey, wait a minute. What's that supposed to mean?
It means, Tommy, that you better watch out, because if Santa Claus sees you getting mad, he ain't gonna bring you any presents now, is he?
All-knowing Zordon, of course, knows that the heroes have to figure things out themselves as Mondo teleports away all of the holiday stuff, and a little girl appears and begins singing to the Rangers.
Many friends, many hearts, different faces, different starts. Take my hand, you will see how much.
The song, of course, breaks the spell and shows our Rangers unity, which of course pisses off Mondo. Bulk and Skull figure out the culprits of the fruitcake case.
Monstrosity!
Surprise! Merry Christmas! It's a giant fruitcake! What do you think? Do you like it? Do you like it?
Of course it was Rito and Goldar. Who else would it fucking have been? The Christmas special ends with everyone enjoying each other before ending with the old man ending up being Tommy as the boy's brother comes home, only to leave with a familiar sound going off.
Do you guys think you could watch him just a little bit longer? There's something I gotta take care of.
Of course.
We wouldn't mind at all.
Thanks.
He's always got something to take care of.
Yeah, well, must run in the family.
And that's Power Rangers Zeo, a season to remember. One of the very few Power Ranger specials that's actually worth watching. That being said, join me tomorrow for day 3 of my 12 days of Super Christmas. I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome. I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome. And welcome to day 3 of 2016's Super 12 Days of Christmas. And I feel like it needs a little bit more festivities today, so I found a Santa hat. And I have balls on my chin. Anyway, let's continue with number 3, okay? If it would open for me, that would be great. And, I have balls on my chin. And Power Rangers. Today, we are looking at Power Rangers Samurai Stuck on Christmas. The special starts with Mentor decorating the tree before jumping to the Rangers fighting a Christmas Nylok.
Here's a little present for you. That was easy.
You know, to quote Robin from Batman the Animated Series, he could give a lesson to Scrooge. As the Rangers battle, Mike shows some epic moves before they blast the Nylok into giant mode, heading straight into the Zord fight. The fight does not last long, but what happens next upsets Mike the most as the Zord loses power. The special then becomes a clip show as Kevin does everything he can to fix the Zord, as the narration goes over the teamwork aspect. Meanwhile, Spike and Bulk are dropping off a present for Mia and end up helping tree decorate. Okay, so the rest of this special is really unnecessary. It is literally cut and paste clip show showing all of the good deeds that the Power Rangers have done, while Spike, Bulk, and mentor, as well as the Rangers themselves, narrate the things that they have done. You can literally skip half of this special and not miss a damn fucking thing, and only thing you'll learn is teamwork sells everything. So with that being said, we're gonna skip all the clip shows because you learn nothing more. So here we go. The small part that is left shows Mentor having the Rangers come in and thank Spike and Bulk for their help throughout the year, and we end with a random fourth wall message from our duo.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, wait up, Santa! What are you doing?
Merry Christmas to all.
So there you have it, Stuck on Christmas. You really do not have to watch this special. It is literally nothing but a packaged way to cash in on money. Which, come to think about it, I actually bought. So, with that being said, join me tomorrow and we'll have some more Christmassy fun. Hello, I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome, and welcome to day 5 of my 12 days of Christmas. So without further ado, let's see what pain I'm putting myself through. If, you know, the person who wrapped these would stop wrapping them so much. And with that, I say, go, Gadget Christmas! I'm doing Inspector Gadget Saves Christmas. The special begins with Santa waking up his elves.
Rise and shine, he says, from our elfin beds. Get in
this is gonna be a happy-go-lucky musical, isn't it? It is. Fuck. I hate musicals. Let that be known. I, Superhero Critic, hate musicals. Period. Dr. Claus shown putting on a Santa suit and vowing to take over the holiday, as he throws Santa into a hole with brainwashed elves. We then get a small intro of Claus men trying to kidnap Gadget before the title card drops. The Chief gives Gadget his case, and after a typical note explosion, our trio head to the North Pole, and they literally drop in with some puns.
I must get to the bottom of this. Wowzers! Go, go, Gadget, left! If you get my drift.
Oh, look at that! Inspector Gadget thinks he's punny. Gadget just walks right through the North Pole front door with no security, and once again falls for Dr. Claus' bad disguise, while Penny, of course, figures things out like she always does. Gadget is then trapped onto a conveyor belt.
On the first phase inspection, good Santa showed to me a mountain bike with Gadget train.
Okay, I could put up with the elves singing because they're elves, so they're supposed to be happy and cheery and all that crap. But I cannot put up with Inspector Gadget's annoying voice trying to sing. Gadget is then thrown in with Santa, and of course, his idiot self tries to arrest the real Santa. Brain then lets Penny know what happened as she's carried off, and we learn why Claw is doing what he's doing.
When the kids get these broken toys, they won't trust Santa Claus ever again. And he deserves it for not bringing me that dirty trick sled when I was a baby Claw. But I showed Santa. After tonight, Santa is finished, and Gadget will be eliminated.
You are Dr. Claw, and that is your motive? What the fuck? Let's just finish this damn thing. Gadget continues to interrogate Santa, including a tickle torture, as Brain snags the key to save Gadget, only to get wrapped in a lasso. Penny leaps into action. Claw sends the brainwashed elves to incapacitate Gadget, as Penny and Brain stop the signal from the elves. And with the help of Santa, Gadget, unbeknownst to him, stops Claw. Santa thanks Gadget, and it ends with Gadget bells.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in Santa's open sleigh. Merry Christmas to all, and a go-go Gadget good night.
So there you go, Inspector Gadget Saves Christmas. It's not that bad of a special. In fact, you get what you get because it's Inspector Gadget Saving Christmas. Literally everything you expect is in the title of the special. The only downside to it is half of the original actors are not in the special, and especially Penny. So with that being said, join me tomorrow and we'll see what else is possible. Hello, I'm your Superhero Critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome, and welcome to day 6 of my Super Christmas 2016. So without further ado, let's just dive straight into this, shall we? Disney Christmas. This specific DVD has Christmas episodes of different shows that were on in the early 2000s, I do believe. However, there's only one that actually fits my gimmick for reviewing, and that's Kim Possible. So with that being said, let's get to it. The episode begins with a lighting ceremony.
Let's do it.
Ah, my retinas! Why is it so bright? Ron then sits to enjoy his favorite Christmas show, only to watch it replaced with extreme sports. Kim gives Ron a digital scrapbook, and Wade calls to wish Kim a Merry Christmas, but ends up alerting Ron Draken is up to something. Ron decides it's hero time. Draken is happy his plans are going well as Shigo goes on vacation. Ron sneaks into Draken's while the Possibles have eggnog, and Ron and Draken start fighting over the power source. Draken's base still launches, however, before the two fight over buttons.
Commencing takeoff sequence. Commencing landing sequence. Commencing takeoff sequence. Commencing landing sequence. Commencing takeoff sequence. Commencing landing sequence.
Will you please make up your mind if you want to go up or down?
Commencing, please make up your mind.
I just said that! Within the shuffle, the self-destruct button is activated, but they manage to find the last escape pod and land in the snow. Wade mails himself to Kim to let her know what's going on, and it's around the world searching as Kim tries to find Ron's escape pod. She is almost eaten by a snake until her family saves her.
Tim, that's an anaconda.
She's right, boys. We'll take it from here.
Just like the tug-of-war at the Possible Family Picnic last summer.
I can't believe you guys.
Are you kidding? Why should you have all the fun?
Kim finds nothing but a monkey in the final pod, and Ron trades a chicken leg for a phone.
Yes, information? I'd like the number for 911.
I have no words on how dumb that was. After a polar bear attacks them, Ron and Draken put their differences aside after words of encouragement due to their common favorite show, and Shigo heads to the North Pole as well as the Possibles. Our friends reunite, and Kim says her Christmas was not ruined, and Shigo attacks, but Draken's happiness takes over, and the groups put their differences aside with a special ending with everyone singing. So aside from Draken singing very creepily, this special's really not that bad. It actually feels just like a normal episode that just happens to be on Christmas. With that being said, I actually enjoyed this episode. So join me tomorrow, and we're taking a ride to Chicago. Hello, I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome, and welcome to day 6 of my 12 Days of Christmas specials. So without further ado, let's go back to the 90s, since I can't actually open the damn thing. But in the 90s, one of the most common things was anthropomorphic cartoons, basically like Ninja Turtles, but in today's review's case, they're mice from Mars. It's Christmas in Chicago, and Limburger hates carolers as he pours hot tea on them and has his assistant set up the plan of stealing snow and sending it through space. The mice then have a snowball fight before becoming a ball of snow themselves. Looks like Donald Trump's wall has come a little bit early this year. The machines start their havoc, and the mice jump into action, destroying a lot of them before Limburger has them retreat. Limburger then decides his next target will be the orphans the mice care about. But first, a villain to help stop the sun's heat.
I always said it would be a cold day before we met again.
Dr. Carbuncle, who is this diminutive dimwit?
This is the Weathermeister, your portly pot cheesiness.
Is her name Meister Weather? The city now is covered in snow, and the mice try to clear the streets, but our weather witch sends hail to stop them, as the hail destroys the orphanage. The mice figure out that it's Limburger and head to him and fire upon his building so they can retreat to Lake Michigan, releasing their army of snowbots. But it's not long before the mice rejoin the party.
The biker mice!
Looks like a cool party!
The snowbots morph into a giant robot and it becomes a game of cat and mouse, pun intended, as our bikers ride around the robot as Vinny himself goes in and destroys it from inside. Limburger's assistant teleports them away, but the robot destroys the building and the mice end up using it as a new orphanage. So there you have it. Biker Mice from Mars, Chill Zone. Good episode, but then again, the show's not that great. It didn't really hold up, at least in my personal opinion. Either way, join me tomorrow where we head to a Nickelodeon show and hope for the best in the Phantom Zone. Hello, I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome, and welcome, welcome, welcome to Day 7. I had a little break due to the fact, life happened. But I'm back with Day 7. So without further ado, let's dive into Day 7. Now, like my Disney Christmas DVD, Nickelodeon also has a lot of Christmas themed episodes in their cartoons. So today we're going to the Phantom Zone, or the Ghost Zone, whichever you want to call it, as we take a look at The Fright Before Christmas with Danny Phantom. We start at the mall with everyone but Danny enjoying the holiday. Tucker kisses a dog.
You had liver.
That's disgusting. We learn that the reason Danny hates the holidays is because his parents argue over Santa's existence, so he heads into the Ghost Zone to blow off some steam. In the process, he blows up a ghost book who turns out to be the villain, pissed Danny was so careless.
And you are...
The Ghost Rider! Every word I type on this keyboard becomes real.
I'm sorry, as a 90s kid, that is not Ghost Rider. That is Ghost Rider. The ghost zaps Danny into a book as he describes in rhyme why he'd be stuck until he shows remorse, and Tucker shows us a little more why Danny hates the holiday.
They brought the turkey to life, swearing blood and revenge with a fork and a knife.
Attack of the Killer Turkey! The ghost turns some reindeer into ghosts, and in the end, Danny is blamed for the damage. Dan then explodes with rage at his family.
Enough! I'm sick of your fighting. Can you please let this die? You've ruined each Christmas, and I can't take any more of this war. Am I clear? 14 years is enough. I am so out of here.
I think Danny just needs to calm himself down. Oh, for the love of God, I'm rhyming now. Danny is now blamed for the presents disappearing, even at Sam's place, and Ghost Rider then turns the town's toys into monsters and an enlarged nutcracker, but Danny destroys it.
You think this can stop me, this bear or this train? I'll just fire away till no pieces remain.
The town continues to blame our hero as ghost trees begin to run amok, and magically Danny's mom helps him overcome them. Then our hero heads to the Ghost Zone, only to meet past ghosts he's once fought.
Them?
Danny asked, then he shuddered and trembled. The door brought him where all his foes were assembled.
I don't think a ghost party would be all that bad. In fact, I think it could be a little bit rad. We learn that there's actually a yearly truce that our villain has broken, so he gets help from them, but almost loses. But with quick thinking and an unrhymable word, Danny finally wins, which is not that absurd. The spell's not broken though, so Danny's in the dumps, but the ghost helps him put everything right, including his family, and the special ends with narration.
I was so busy whining, I started abusing the ones I loved most, and I ruined their cheer. I'll try to be better come Christmas next year.
Nice sentiment, but what are you, a greeting card?
Yeah, why are you talking in rhyme?
Such a dork.
We're not talking in rhyme. We're not talking in rhyme!
This special's actually pretty comedic and funny, and I wouldn't be lying if I didn't tell you I hated the rhyming. But I guess it's time to finally end this. Join me tomorrow, and let's get dangerous. Hello, I'm your superhero critic. I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome. I kind of want to switch some of these around, but welcome to day 9 of my 12 Days of Christmas special. However, because of short time and I'm a couple of days late, in my last day probably won't even go up till New Year's because of life, I decided so I could get ahead of myself, I'm going to knock out this one first instead of 9. So 11 is 9 and 9 is 11 and whatever. So, that being said, the reason why is because it's not really a full episode or a full special. It's a Freakazoid short. And I'm gonna let the narrator start this video.
Nighttime, and darkness creeps across the city with big tabby cat feet. Once again, we join Freakazoid in the middle of a desperate crisis.
That crisis, of course, is waiting till the last minute to pay for Christmas gifts. Meanwhile, the villain, Arms Akimbo, is destroying people's property and forcing oops insurance onto people, but one person can't take it anymore and calls our hero.
And unhappy all at the same time.
Maybe perfume is wrong. Maybe I should get her a Barney the Dinosaur golf hat. Sorry, ma'am, it's my pager. I have it set on vibrate my bottom.
I always have my phone on vibrate my bottom. Freakazoid then keeps getting distracted, once by a chocolate mousse, then again by the lobe, until Arms shows up and the two argue over a softball game. Hero, villain, and henchman start a tango.
I'm gonna show you fellas a little trick. Next time you're in trouble, do this. I know, I make it look easy.
Freakazoid quickly spins Arms like a top, and Cosgrove helps Freak figure out a gift for his girlfriend.
That's it! Why buy her anything? I'll just tell Steph that I'm her present.
Get her the perfume.
I think you're right.
So there you go, in Arms' way from Freakazoid. It's Freakazoid and Christmas, so you get what the combination gives you. So with that being said, join me tomorrow for another review. I'm your superhero critic, and welcome to day 10 of my 12 Days of Christmas. We're down to the last 3, good people. So, without further ado, let's get back to the original order I was doing everything in. And once again, can't open the gifts properly. But today, we're going to look at Bushroot is at the mall talking about how dangerous we become as he's trampled by mall patrons and beaten the crap out of. Bushroot then vows to get revenge, while DW is seen decorating his tree, as we see Goslin being impatient and wanting to open her gifts. Bushroot then resurrects his fellow trees.
To victory! Hop, 2, 3, 4! Hop, 2, 3, 4! Hop!
Bushroot has his trees begin to frame others for things they haven't done. At the mall, DW sees everyone being robbed and jumps into action.
Lunchpad, this is a job for... Santa Claus?
DW, I do believe that's the wrong suit, sir. Our Nemesi? Is that a word? Run into each other before Bushroot sends the trees to get our hero, who responds with tinsel.
And if I can help it, Launchpad. Now suck tinsel, pinecone breath.
Bushroot commands all of his trees to steal people's gifts, and as Bushroot continues to run amok and put DW on wraps.
Quick, somebody unwrap me.
Shouldn't we wait until Christmas morning?
Look here, you little shit. Fucking listen to your father. With Gosling's help, DW and Launchpad are shot into the air and they knock into Bushroot. But afterwards, he disappears, but reappears with his army of ornament-throwing trees. DW's quick thinking quickly freezes his opponent.
No! I'm too young to become a frozen vegetable!
All of the gifts have been returned except Gosling's friends, so she decides to donate all of hers as the episode ends with DW and LP questioning who bought her a sled. And that has been It's a Wonderful Leaf. Join me tomorrow when we look at a little tiny worm dude. Hello, I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome. I do want to apologize before this review starts, but I do want to apologize the fact that these reviews have come out past Christmas due to the simple fact I got sick and just time did not want me to do everything correctly. So thank you for bearing me out, having these 12 days with me, regardless of whether or not those 12 days were in order. So, thank you for joining me for day 11 of my 12 days of Christmas. That being said, let's get groovy. Our hero is decorating for the holidays only to be attacked by Slug for a butt.
Green, pulsating, bloated, festering, sweaty, pus-filled, malformed slug for a butt!
Earthworm Jim, I shall destroy you! And you too, you mutt!
Hey, you made me toss my cookies!
I hope Peter Puppy knows what that means. Our hero quickly disposes of his foe via snowman and rocket jet before the opening credit starts, and we cut to Slug for her butt questioning the holiday, and she makes a plan to force Santa to help her take over the world.
Oh boy, someone's going on the naughty list.
Jim then explains his theory on how Santa works, as the mall Santas alert Jim the real Santa might be in trouble. The elves reveal what happens if they take their eyes off of their work.
Let's just say it involves figgy pudding.
That's fucking nasty. Jim heads to a club where Death and other figures are complaining about Santa as they suspect Rudolph may be a culprit, but they learn it's the real villain of the show, Slug for a butt. And she tries to suck the jolly out of Santa. Slug for a butt places a chip in Santa's brain and finally convinces him to be evil, but Jim breaks in to try to stop him, only to be stopped flat. The princess saves the day with cake.
Nicely done, my detached retina of Whoopi.
Our villain's plans go forward as her and Santa go door to door, only to find Jim in his goodness speech fries the chip in Santa's head, all while Santa becomes a Viking, and the special ends with Jim getting a pony from Santa. So there you go, For Whom the Bell Tolls by... So there you go, For Who the Bell Tolls from Earthworm Jim. Like Freakazoid, it's Earthworm Jim and you get what you get. So join me tomorrow for the last and final day of my 12 Days of Christmas. Hello, I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome. I do realize that Christmas is over and that this video is going up way past Christmas on January 6, 2017. That being said, I dedicated myself to finishing these 12 reviews, but life punched me in the face, made me sick for a couple of days, and then I just couldn't get to my reviews because of life, working, and the holidays. So with that being said, since, you know, most convenience stores start doing their Christmas stuff in fucking October, I figure why not extend my Christmas reviews into January to finally finish off this 12-day, I can't even hold it properly, 12-day, 12 review. I never once said they would be consecutive. I tried to make them consecutive, but without further ado, let's open this up and see what we got. And I apparently double wrapped this. Oh dear God. Why? Just why? Just why? I don't want to do it. I don't want it. I'd rather review this paper. I would rather review this paper with Spider-Man and Christmas ornaments all over it than the He-Man Christmas special! Lord, help me now. He-Man characters are celebrating the twins' birthday while Adam and Man-at-Arms are working on the Sky Spy to keep an eye on Skeletor. Orko decides it's time to fly it early.
What happened?
Skeletor, of course, sees the ship and demands the ship be destroyed. Our hero, of course, steps in to stop him.
You know what? These claws need a manicure.
I could sit here and make as many gay jokes throughout this review, but like other critics, there's no point. It's too obvious and too easy. So, on with the review. She-Ra rides in to save her tied-up brother while the Sky Spy shoots off into space, and Orko eventually lands on Earth just in time for Orko to save two kids from an avalanche.
Until we got lost. Aw, there. You're not really lost. You found me, didn't you?
Congratulations, Orko! You are officially a pedophile with how creepy you are being right now. I would not let my kids around you. They finally realize Orko is missing as the kids follow Orko, and they try to explain the holiday before the special literally fades from their story to our good guys figuring out Orko's on Earth. They then discuss needing a Carium crystal in order to help, so Adora transforms before heading to Etheria. Anybody else ever wondered whether or not that horse is in constant pain when those wings pop out of its back? I mean, I would be in pain. She-Ra talks to Mermista about the crystal and she agrees to help, but is being guarded by a beast monster, so she keeps him distracted while Mermista finds it. She-Ra is then met with a bunch of robots that trap her through the magic of bubbles! Our robots become Transformer knockoffs and leave She-Ra to escape her bubble rather easily, and with the crystal, Orko basically kidnaps the kids and takes them to another planet. No one questions it at all, but of course, the kids are more concerned about Christmas.
Who's Santa? You don't know who Santa is? I can't believe it. Everybody knows who Santa is.
Orko, shut up! You just learned who Santa was. Shut your mouthless face. Skeletor and Hordak are demanded by Horde Prime to stop the happy Christmas feelings as the kids sing a song before Hordak kidnaps them and Bo. The monsteroids appear and shoot the ship and try to stop them from escaping, and Hordak just dips.
Just wait till Horde Prime hears about this!
Heroes seek the help from Peekaboo as Orko and the kids are imprisoned, but they are broken out by a couple of robots, only to need saving by He-Man. While our heroes take on the robots, our kids find a puppy. You better make sure that thing is oil trained. Skeletor appears and grabs the kids, but of course Hordak tries to take credit for himself, crashing Skeletor's ship. The kids are taken over by the cold to the point one of them faints, so Skeletor actually does something nice and creates them coats.
Blast it!
Skeletor's niceness continues to grow as he saves the dog, then saves the kids from a snow beast. It's not long before the villains start fighting again, and our heroes appear in time as Horde Prime appears as well, and quickly destroys the robots. But it's Skeletor that saves the day.
Save the children!
Horde Prime is of course pissed, but our heroes throw the ship completely out of space. The special ends with Man-at-Arms sending the kids home, and Prince Adam pretends to be Santa. So there you go, the He-Man Christmas special. One of the worst and dumbest things I've ever had to sit through in the month of December. That being said, now that it is January, and it is a new year, these Christmas reviews are done, so join me next week when we look at something new.